It's almost time. The Chiefs, the Ravens, AFC Championship, it's all coming up. But before that, let's talk about some Chiefs news, some Chiefs rumors, as we're going to talk about the latest going around Kansas City right here on the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Jay Sanders, and today we get to talk about all the latest coming from you guys. So make sure you are subscribed because we're doing live shows where you can get your questions on the show every single week, just like these guys did. Let's start with Carl Bailey, who has a question for us saying, can we finally match point for point if the Crows start lining up the scoreboard? I think we can. This offense, since the Bengals game, week 17, has been a different animal. They have been more or less what we expected to see. Has it been amazing? No, but at the same time, you scored 20-plus points against the Bengals. You won the Chargers with your backups, and then you proceeded to score a lot on Miami. You scored a decent amount in Buffalo. So I think they definitely can match with this team overall. Now, the thing that I get worried about is how long. I don't want this to turn into a shootout throughout the entire game. But there's definitely like 2-3 series in a row where like both of them score. Yeah, that's definitely going to be okay, but we'll have to see. But I appreciate the question. I definitely think the Chiefs offense is up to that level at this point in time. Cole Kelleher says, what is the likelihood that Isiah Pacheco plays this Sunday? I feel like the Chiefs will need him. If you ask Pacheco, it's 100%. Yeah, he missed a couple of days of practice this week, but the general consensus, even from him, they asked him on, I believe it was Tuesday of this week, where he was asked on his press conference, you're missing some practice time. What do you expect to do on Sunday? And he replied, to be out there. Absolutely. So he's going to be out there. I would say the likelihood is 99.9%. Obviously, that turf toe is not fun, but we've seen Kadarius Toney, not a good example, but we've seen Kadarius Toney who has had no week of practice and then play the game. So in an AFC Championship game, you're going to want him out there. We got a question coming from Tony Fuentes of Staples saying, hoping to give Skyy more a shot, but my confidence level is low. Yeah, we'll have to see. He's still on that IR practice window. Missed a couple days of practice. I'm getting to the point where I don't think he will play, but overall, we'll have to kind of see. But if you don't have him, this wide receiver depth is really, really good. Rashee Rice at number 1. I'm kind of worried about Kadarius Toney. He's looking like he's good to go this week. Hasn't really been seen much besides limited at practice. MVS, I kind of trust him. I'm not going to lie. I kind of trust the guy after he made a couple catches against the Buffalo Bills. McColl, though, yeah, I may not trust you. 2 fumbles wasn't exactly the greatest thing. You also got guys like Justin Watson, Justin Ross. Richie James has really come on as well. I think we should give him a little more of a shot. But overall, I don't know if we'll see Skyy more, but I think that it's not really worth it if he is available to put him out there. Jace's Burner. That's funny. What is the biggest key for the Chiefs to win? Now, we kind of talked about this a lot this week with like just what exactly I'm watching for in this game and kind of the key to, let's say, victory. But the main one that I think has to be is just controlling Lamar Jackson. I think overall, he is, in a sense, the motor to the Ravens offense. He is the one that is able to go out there and control how good this offense is. In a way, it's similar to Patrick Mahomes, as if the Ravens do good, it's probably because of Lamar, and if the Ravens do bad, it's also probably because of Lamar. But I'd almost compare Lamar a little bit more to Josh Allen, where if Josh Allen turns the ball over, the Bills have no shot. If he doesn't, they have a shot. That's kind of what Lamar is. If he can run the ball and really proceed to kind of get out in space and do a lot of good things, then I think from that point, he probably can make a really big difference in the game. But if you control him, you allow him to not go anywhere, then guess what? The difference is not that way. Who you got in this game? I know there's a lot of talk, but ultimately it comes down to just one team versus the other. So get in the comment section of this video and who you got. KC for Kansas City Chiefs, BAL for the Baltimore Ravens. We know who you have, but just go down there for everybody and type KC because I know we need the good vibes rolling here. Christopher Mungford says, do we go get a wide receiver in the offseason? I think we do. I don't know to what extent that is because T. Higgins was my pick originally. I think that's the one that I would like the Chiefs to get. Right now, there's growing traction with him following his offensive coordinator and ending up in Tennessee with the Titans. But I don't know how true that is at this moment. Obviously, free agency is still a bit away. I will say this. All indications are the Chiefs are going to use that first-round draft pick, wherever it might be, on a wide receiver. I've heard a lot of guys' names being mentioned, but I think the big one is Troy Franklin, the Oregon wide receiver. And then the other one, there's a couple of names kind of floating around that just kind of would be a good fit. Brian Thomas Jr., the LSU guy, has kind of really risen up the ranks over the past couple of days. But there also is a lot of free agents you could talk about. You got Mike Evans, Michael Pittman, T. Higgins, Marquise Brown, and Calvin Ridley. I think overall, these three are the ones I'm shooting for right here. Michael Pittman, T. Higgins, and Marquise. I think if you can get one of these three, that's what I would choose. I like Mike Evans. I don't want to pay him what he's worth. And Calvin, I think, is not worth the money at all. I don't trust Calvin Ridley. So Pittman, Higgins, or Brown will be my choices. Carl Bailey comes in with another one saying, can the Alley Cats be a more potentially difficult Super Bowl win? I think so, but here's what I would like. If it is the Lions, the Alley Cats, as you mentioned, you get the first game of the year to be the last game of the year, which would be so much fun because guess what? The Chiefs lost that first game. Maybe they can win the second time. And I saw this on Twitter. I have to say it. A Kadarius Toney revenge game in the Super Bowl against the Lions after gifting them a win would hit so freaking hard. Oh my gosh, I can just see it now. Kadarius Toney catching a deep pass from Mahomes to put the Chiefs up by 7 with like 2 minutes to go. And it's just like, oh, you should have lost the first game. Like, it is, oh man, I hope so, but I would honestly rather play the Lions than the Niners. I think that'd just be a more an interesting game to me, but ultimately, I just want to get there, beat the Ravens this week, and then we can talk about the opponent then. So we'll see what that happens. I will say, if you do want the Chiefs to win on Sunday and be in the Super Bowl against the Alley Cats or the 49ers, well then do me a favor. Get down there and like the video because I certainly went ahead to face either the Lions or the Niners. I want to face somebody. I want to be in the Super Bowl. Get down there, like that video. It takes 2 seconds. I would really, really appreciate it. And on top of which, it helps us out and it helps the Chiefs out. Cameron Clark comes with a question saying, should we keep L'Jarius Sneed or let him go in free agency? Keep. I don't care if you let Chris Jones go, you keep L'Jarius Sneed. This guy has played unfreaking real. And ultimately, if you can keep him and you have Trent McDuffie and him, your cornerback room is so freaking good. It'll be good for a long time. The one problem, the one area where I think they may not sign him is because they do like Justin Williams. They do like Justin Williams and Joshua Watson, or Joshua Williams and Jalen Watson. Good grief. I have too many J's and W's together. There's Justin Watson, the receiver. There's Justin Williams, Jalen Watson, good grief. Anyways, there's a lot of good cornerbacks on the Chiefs is what I'm trying to say. And so I think that may be the one deterrent to signing L'Jarius Sneed, given his value has rose. But he's been the best cornerback in the league for this entire year. So Jalen Watson, Joshua Williams, there we go. Trent McDuffie and L'Jarius Sneed, the best quarterbacks, I think. That's the best quarterback room. You can't tell me otherwise. Pet Bobcat says, what's your over-under on how many times Mahomes runs? Ooh, all right. Well, I know Sam is a big betting man, so I'm going to give a line here, and hopefully it's a good one. We'll check it out on Sunday. But I'm going to say the over-under for Chiefs. Oh, Mahomes' runs. I'm going to blitz. Over-under 6.5. I'm going to say 6.5 runs is my over-under. And if it's that, I'm going under. I'm saying he's going to run 5. I'm saying he's going to run 5. But I think 6.5 is a pretty good number. I don't know. I think he runs a decent amount, though, because the Ravens are going to blitz, and given the offensive line is going to be probably without Thuney, I think he runs a little more. I think he runs. You know what I don't think, though? You can get 25% off a shirt and hat combo on Fanatics right now if you use the link chatsports.com/KC combo. Get geared up for what hopefully will be a Super Bowl run coming up if the Chiefs can beat the Ravens in this upcoming game. So go down. We're going to have it in the comments and the description of this video. Chatsports.com/KC combo. You're going to be able to get this shirt, this hat for 25% off. The deal won't last long. Go down there, check it out now. It's a special deal for Chiefs Report watchers. Click that link. Go look it out. Get it, because I will say this. I'm wearing my red shirt now. I haven't seen many Chiefs yellow shirts. I kind of like them. Go check it out. Plus the hat, fire. KC Combo, chatsports.com/KC Combo. Go check it out in the comments and the description. Tony Fuentes saying, hope in the offseason we bring back Chris Jones. Hope, yes. The cost is what scares me. The Chiefs are sitting around $31 million in cap space. For the longest time, I was thinking, oh, well, that's okay. They'll cut they'll cut MVS, and they'll have around an extra $12 million to spend. I don't know if they cut him anymore. I know it was one game, but I don't know if they couldn't cut him anymore. And so you only have $31 million, which means if you are going to sign Chris Jones, that's your offseason. You sign Chris Jones, and then you draft. That's it. Because he's worth around $30 million a year, which means no L'Jarius Sneed, no Willie Gay. There's a lot of just members that, especially on the defensive side, you need to keep. No Michael Dana. It's just your money right now is thin, and unfortunately, I don't think Chris Jones is worth what he would be worth with the Chiefs as he would with other people. I think the Chiefs can only pay him around $15 million, which is what L'Jarius Sneed is, which is where I think the money goes there, not Chris Jones. Christopher Mungford says, does MVS have another big game? I said it last week. I hope he does, because if he does, we can forget about the drops versus the Packers, versus the whatever, every single team. Let's be honest. He dropped a pass versus everybody. We can forget about it. This dude comes out and balls out, and this game gets us to the Super Bowl. Next Super Bowl, even this game. Obviously, you play well in the Super Bowl, it also helps. But if you get to the Super Bowl and you have a game-winning play or something like that, you're going to be kind of forgotten about with those drops. It's not going to matter anymore. So we'll see. I think he could, especially with a Ravens secondary that has a couple good safeties. I'm interested to see how the Chiefs play this, but we'll see. Random George saying Taylor Swift is coming to the Ravens game. Yes, she is. I know it's not confirmed, but I'm going to sound bad here. Maybe you'll think differently than me. I kind of know their schedule, so as of right now, Taylor Swift is still off tour. She is not on her world tour for the Eras Tour, whatever. And so she will be at the game probably with Jason Kelce once again. The kind of plan is, what I've heard is that Travis and Taylor have a special Valentine's weekend planned. So after the Super Bowl, he's going to take her out, have a nice little Valentine's weekend, whatever, and then she goes to her rest of her tour, which I would assume Kelce will probably spend some time with her while she does that, given she spent time with Travis for his game. So you may think differently, and I just know Taylor Swift, so sorry. Isiah Pacheco. Do you think Isiah Pacheco will play? I think he will. I think it's going to be... He has the toe injury. It's not like he's hurting a leg, and he said it himself. Are you going to play? Absolutely. So he's going to be a big piece. I hope he's 100%, but I definitely think he will play. I'm not really worried about that. Benson Johnson saying, who should we target as our wide receiver one in the offseason? T. Higgins, probably. I think kind of going back to the main people we're looking at, you either get a free agent. I also think it may be in your room. Like, if you don't get T. Higgins, Pittman, or potentially Marquise Brown, it's Rashee Rice again. Why not run it back with the guy? He was almost a 1,000-yard receiver. And again, he was almost a 1,000-yard receiver when he wasn't given the fair shots. I think, personal opinion here, if he was given the same amount of reps that Puka Nacua got early in the season because Cooper Kupp was hurt, I think Rashee Rice is on that same level. I think he is in that potential of around breaking the rookie receiving record at 1,400 yards. I think he's right there with him because Andy Reid never really trusted him till like week 10 or week 11. Like, that's when they finally started giving him shots. And he still almost had 1,000 yards. If he has the shots early in the season, I would argue he's probably right around there. I will say, though, I expect to get a big game from him this weekend, and I hope you join us for it as well. We're going to be live right here on the Chiefs Report at 12 p.m. Central Time, so make sure you hang out with us, and you can do that by subscribing at youtube.com/ChiefsTV. That way, you can know exactly when we go live. Turn on notifications as well. You're going to get a little notification 30 minutes before we go live. So we appreciate you, and hope we see you come Sunday for the Chiefs versus Ravens game. But for now, peace out.